Hello. So this is a video here for each element to figure out why did they give up? Why did they stop trying? So let's see kind of what's going on here. So I'm going to start with air signs. So air signs, as you see, the card that came up is the Eight of Pentacles. And with the Eight of Pentacles in the upright would be somebody wanting to do the work or wanting to put in the work. But unfortunately, air signs, this card came out with the reverse, which would state that somebody is not trying to make something better. Somebody is not trying to move forward. Somebody is definitely not putting in the work or doing exactly as much as they could or should be doing. It's a simple measure here that what caused this person to stop trying, to go away, to separate, to distance themselves, is due to toxic situations, toxic choices, things that were not good for them. For some of you, your person does know that the choice or decision that they made against air signs, Gemini, Libra, Aquarius, was not in neither their best interest nor the air signs' best interest. Now again, this reading is about air signs wondering why your partner decided to either leave or decided not to ever put in the amount of work that was needed. You question yourself sometimes, air signs, on then why in the world did they approach me in the first place if they didn't want this to work? For some of you, it was the universe who gave you the overwhelming amount of attention, love, and favor from this person. This person was brought to you, kind of like brought to you from your dreams or your wishes. Sometimes some of you have asked the universe to bring somebody towards you, but you weren't very specific on what you asked for. Therefore, they brought you someone. However, they brought you someone who wasn't willing to put in all the work because you weren't detailed on what you asked for, as well as they brought you somebody who has either addictions or issues, or maybe even emotional issues. Some of you were dealing with somebody who is definitely bipolar. One minute they were very nice to you, the next minute they would go off the handle. I mean, they were very unpredictable, and you were spending your time with them on eggshells. So air signs, you have to be careful now in the next coming choices that you're going to have, because air signs, you are going to have the opportunity to yet choose again, either the same partner or to choose again for someone new. However, you don't want to make the mistake of picking the same person who has the same problems, the same person who's just going to show you from the beginning. Pay attention from the beginning. They're going to show you that they're not willing to put the work in. They want to come in, of course, and they want to come in as the king, the ruler. They want to come in, or as the queen and the princess. They want to come in to take control. They want to come in to get what it is they want. Some may be coming in to get you to help support their family. Some of you may find somebody who comes in just to see what you'll do for them. They're not at all trying to explain to you what, or show you what they could do for you. Now, that is not for all air signs. There is a 21 percentage, I don't know where I got that number, a 21 percentage of people that are dealing with still yet a broken heart from a past relationship, something that you may still be holding on to very strongly. But air signs, this is going to speak about you making better choices for yourself, because sometimes air signs, there's opportunities that present themselves to you, and it doesn't mean that you have to accept every offer that comes to you. It doesn't mean that you have to take on everything that's put in front of you. Everything is not your responsibility. Everything is not for you to have to fix all the time. Air signs have a beautiful quality about them that they always want to repair things, fix things, make somebody else happy, make other good things happen for other people. But air signs always the last one to get something good for themselves, because they're so busy trying to be a people pleaser in family, in friends, in relationships. You always want to be looked at as the hero, or the one who saves the day, or the one who was always known to be there to help. But in the end, you can't help other people unless you help yourself. Air signs, you cannot help other people until you help yourself. So air signs, what I'm seeing happening here is the fact that there is going to be an opportunity presenting itself. Once again, we are in January of 2020, and there is going to be an opportunity, male or female. Somebody is going to make an offer to you. They're going to want to help to heal that broken heart, to help to get you back on track. But in the meantime, you are going to have to make some decisions. You're going to have to make decisions against your better judgment sometimes. You're going to have to make more selective choices. Okay? When you make these selective choices, air sign, it will help you so that you can save yourself from disappointment. Also, air signs, be careful, because air signs, including myself, tend to put an expectation out on people that is almost impossible for them to reach. So when I talk about expectations, meaning don't assume, first of all, don't assume. Don't assume they're going to call you. Don't assume they're going to do this. Don't assume they're going to say that. Just don't assume anything. And then you will not set yourself up for a disappointment. I feel like air signs will sit as the Queen of Wands. So air signs, you will sit as the Queen of Wands. You will wait to see. When I told you someone was coming, you're waiting to see if in fact that's true. You're waiting to see, you're checking your phone, you're checking your mailbox, you're checking your emails, you're checking your Twitter accounts, everything to see if they've reached out, to see if they've been spying on you, to see their page maybe, to see what they're doing. But I do feel that a lot of you are going to give somebody one more try. A lot of you may decide to give a new person a try. And there is a percentage of you, about 5 to 7% of you, that is going to choose to stay by yourself for now. Some of you have decided that this is not what you signed up for. This is not where you want to go again. You are a bit exhausted with all the BS that you've put up with. A lot of air signs have dealt with water signs. And a fire signs, yes, and maybe even other air signs, but mostly water signs and fire signs. And I feel that when you met those challenges, it made you feel like you needed to keep trying harder. It made you feel like you needed to fix these things that were going on in the relationship. Air signs, hold tight, be strong. Be careful, too, with the Page of Cups. With this Page of Cups, that's going to show you be careful, because you will have an offer being made. However, you do want to make sure that this is exactly what is being offered. It is speaking about Pisces as well. It is speaking about an offer coming. So I want you to put your seatbelt on, so to speak. Keep yourself secure in your seat. I don't want you to keep and continue to picking the same type of people to date. I don't want you to continue living in the same cloud of doubt or doubting yourself. I don't want you to put expectations on yourself or anybody else. All I want you to do is accept life on life's terms. Live each day to the fullest. Make sure you're taking care of you first, because if you don't take care of you, you cannot take care of anybody else. That's just a simple fact, okay? So where air signs are concerned, maybe the reason that they left has a lot to do with their own issues, their own insecurities, their own lack of confidence. And this is pretty much true for majority of you air signs. So don't question yourself and don't point the finger as if you're to blame, even though it does take two to tango, let's be honest. But I do feel that the initiative that you were giving was a heck of a lot more than what they were giving. I don't feel like they were putting the work in, as we saw. The evidence came out. I don't feel like they were putting the work in that they were supposed to. And I do feel like some of them may have, in fact, had another person that was around them. Doesn't have to be an affair for all of you. Doesn't have to be cheating for all of you. It does not. It can be a distraction. It can be family members needing them to do something else, needing their time and their attention. It means they didn't have much time left for you or to do anything else. It means that they weren't able to care for you the way you wanted them to. It means you didn't get the attention that you needed. But don't let that knock you down, air signs, because I do feel like there's going to be an opportunity that is going to present itself. Now that things are starting to calm down on your ex-partner's life, or on that side, things that they're dealing with, you're going to be able to sift through all the rubbish, all of the tangles, all of the spider webs, things that clouded your vision, and now you're going to be able to see much more clearer that the person, in fact, may have walked away due to, air signs, again, toxic behaviors, choices. It could also be being obsessive about working overtime and only focusing on their monies, so they weren't giving as much time to the relationship. There is a handful that somebody did walk away for another person. Again, toxic behavior, toxic choices. But things were not going to work out very well because of the way they went into that. When you go into something sneaky or faulty, or go in there with betrayal, then more than likely that situation, that relationship isn't going to work, because they didn't go in there with a clear mind, with a true heart, with angel guidance. They didn't do that. They went in there with manipulation and trying to deceive you, and trying to have their cakes and eat it too, so to speak. So be careful with that, all right? So what I've got to say for air signs with this video, I hope it helps for you to understand that it was not your fault. From what I can see, and what my grandmother speaks to me, is that it was not your fault, air signs, that somebody decided to take a walk on the other side, that somebody decided to take so-called a break, to find themselves, to figure something out. It wasn't your fault. That's just plain and simple. Air signs, Gemini, Libra, Aquarius. What it boils down to is that they left because they wanted to leave due to the way that they were choosing to live their life. It's going to be up to you now to continue, and if you choose to go back, you're going to have to enter that in a much different way. If you choose to go with somebody new, then understand that you're going to have to try to make different choices, different selections, okay, of who you want to date, and pay attention very carefully in the very beginning. If they stop or they slow down from putting work in, then you need to let them go quickly, okay? So be one and done. That's all I got for you today.